Hello everyone. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Welcome to our first demo for the data engineering with the Google Cloud platform. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can hear you.
we can hear.
Okay. Okay, great. Thanks for confirming, guys. So, in our today's session, we are going to discuss about what is data engineering. So for example, this is more of a data engineering on a Google Cloud platform, right? So we are going to first discuss about in today's agenda. So we are going to see what is data engineering and what is the role of a data engineer. If I wanted to become a data engineer, what are the roles or the skills that I have to attire? So the next thing we are going to see is that I'm going to tell you what is Google Cloud Platform. Some people know about what is Google Cloud Platform. Some people do not know about that. So I'm going to tell you what is Google Cloud Platform, what are the key services are there that are related to the data engineering in the Google Cloud Platform, what is the advantage of using the Google Cloud Platform over the other cloud platforms. Okay, so that is we are going to see. That is our second topic. And in our third topic, we are going to tell you the basic what are the curriculum and what is curriculum, what are the components that we are going to see, what are the data engineering tools that we are going to learn in the Google Cloud Platform, all the curriculum as well as the timings and everything, course details, everything I am going to tell about at the end of the session. Okay, so for starters, let me start with my introduction. My name is Shaik Saidhul. I am currently working as a solution architect at a top MNC company. And now I have actually completed my master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. Okay, so I have over 8 years plus of years of experience into the data engineering field. Now I'm currently working as a solution architect. Okay, so let me start with one of our first topic, that is data engineering. Okay, so what is data engineering? So if I wanted to understand the Google Cloud Platform with data engineering, we must understand what is actually the data engineering. Okay, nowadays we are seeing everywhere the data engineering or data scientist or machine learning engineering. What is actually the data engineering? And what as a data engineer do every day? And why the packages for the data engineering is very, very high nowadays? And what is Google Cloud Platform? What are the services that are related to the data engineering in the Google Cloud Platform? Let us try to understand first, one by one. Okay, so first, before understanding what is data engineering, I want you guys to tell you there are multiple services are there in the Google Cloud Platform. So first, let us try to understand the data engineering. So assume that if you go 10 years before, there are plenty of applications are there where the data is generated. But at that point of time, the data generation was very less. So you will be getting the data from multiple applications. You may be getting the data from the some SQL server or a PostgreSQL or some other databases, or you may be getting the data from some other IoT devices such as logs. So there are multiple data sources that you are getting the data from. Right. So you may be getting the data from some application. You may be getting the data from some file format. So for example, if you go to some production firms or if you go to some other medical firms, what happens is that the data is actually created in the form of a CSV files or Excel files. Or if you go to some databases, what they try to do is that they try to export the data in the form of a file formats. So that could be one of your data source. So you may be getting the data from some databases, either maybe a SQL server or a PostgreSQL or a MySQL. So you may be getting the data from some databases, or you may be getting the data from some IoT devices or a sensor devices. So there are multiple data sources available. What is our agenda as a data engineer? So we are getting the data from these many data sources. Now the business is thinking that if you try to understand this data, if we try to understand this data, this is data source. So we are having many data sources here. So if we try to understand this data properly, so this data will give us some kind of insights. So if we try to understand this data or analyze this data, whatever you say, whether you understand it or analyze. So if you try to understand this data or analyze this data actually gives us some kind of insights. Those insights are very, very useful for the business improvement purpose. So it will be very useful for business improvement purpose. So that is what you are nowadays seeing, the Flipkart Big Billion Days, Amazon live sale. So those kind of a things, some kind of a improvement activities actually comes from analyzing the data. So whenever you actually analyze the data, you will get some kind of a insights. Those insights are very, very useful for your business to improve. Okay, so that means if I wanted to understand the data or if I wanted to analyze the data, we need to extract this data from these multiple data sources and store it in a one single location. Yes or no? Right, sir. If I wanted to understand this data or analyze this data so that I get some insights, that is known. But if I wanted to do that, we need to extract this data. Yes or no, guys? Can you guys confirm? We need to extract this data from multiple data sources. Correct. So we must extract this data and store it in one single platform. Store it in one single platform. Assume that this application may be running in some server. These files are there in some other location. This database is running some other region, or these IoT devices are generating the data in a streaming manner. So whatever the data sources, that may be in a different location, that may be in a different server, that may be running on different application. So we need to get the data from these data sources. That means you extract this data and store it in a one single location called data lake. What is data lake, sir? Earlier, you might be looking at data staging area. Earlier, maybe some 5 years or 6 years before, if you go, people try to store this data into a staging area. But nowadays, we have, we got the cloud platforms, our data intelligence, our data components have increased. We are explored a lot into the data engineering world. So we have different technologies to store this multiple data sources data. And now we are storing this data into a one single platform, that is data lake. Either you call it as a data lake, or you call it as a repository, or you call it as a staging area, whatever it is. I'm just calling it as a data lake. What is this data lake? A data lake is a source repository to store your data coming from multiple data sources. So once you extract this data from multiple data sources, you try to store it into a single location called a data lake. Now, tell me guys, so whatever the data that you got is directly usable for the analysis? Can we directly use it for the analysis? Can we directly understand this data? No, it's because look at this data. This data is in a logs format. You now know when you look at your laptop, you might have seen logs. Those logs, we cannot directly read those logs, right? So you may be getting the data from some files, CSV files. If the CSV file is very huge, how do you analyze the data? So whatever the data that is getting from the multiple data sources may not be in a usable format to analyze the data. May not be in a usable format for the analysis. If I wanted to do the analysis, I need two things. One is the data has to be in a proper format. The data has to be in a proper format. And next thing, the data has to be properly cleaned. If I don't clean the data, what will happen, sir? If I don't clean the data, if I don't cleanse the data, what will happen is that, so that whatever the analysis that we are doing, it is a waste of time. It is a waste of time. So the two things that we have to understand is that if I wanted to analyze the data properly, we need to convert this, whatever the data that is coming from the multiple data sources, into a one single format and try to clean the data properly. Then we can focus on the analysis. So now look at this one. Sir, if I wanted to do two things like converting the proper format or cleaning the data, I wanted to do the data processing. Okay, so whatever the data that is coming from these sources, I stored into a one single location and I try to do the data processing. Data processing is nothing but a value addition to your data, sir. You are adding some value to your data by converting the format or by properly cleaning it, or you are trying to prepare the data for the analysis. This is nothing but a data processing and data preparation, so that now you can store the data into one warehouse tool. You can store the data into a warehouse tool. So what is this data warehouse? A data warehouse is an entire enterprise data location. It is a single repository to store your entire enterprise data. So for example, if you are running some, for example, think about Flipkart. Flipkart may be having the sales data, maybe having the employees data, maybe having marketing data or application data. So whatever the data it is, the entire enterprise application data will be available in the Flipkart data warehouse too. So a single repository to store your entire enterprise data. So what do you do? So if you wanted to store the data into the data warehouse, you extract this data from the multiple applications or multiple file formats or the multiple databases or the IoT devices. You extract it, you process it, and you store it into a data warehouse, into a raw format. So you store it into a data warehouse for the raw format. Now, whatever the data that you got in the data warehouse as per the business requirement, so something like top 10 products as per the sales. So if you wanted to find some kind of analysis, so you have the data here, you will get some kind of a requirement from your business manager. He says that I wanted to get the top 10 products based on the sales. So you will try to create a table for that. So such kind of a requirements will be there. Some hundreds, thousands of requirements will be there. You try to create for each table for each requirement. And those tables are very useful for the BI. Those tables are very useful for the machine learning. Those data is very useful for the data scientist. Those data is very useful for the business groups. Okay, so you are getting the data. So as a data engineer, what you are doing, you are extracting the data. You are working on the data extraction. You are working on the data ingestion into the data lake. You are working on the data processing to properly convert the data and clean the data. You are working on the data warehouse to analyze the data. You are again sending this data to the BI, ML, or DS or business group. So what the BI do? The business intelligence people try to create some kind of a dashboards and reports. You might have seen nowadays it is very famous. Okay, some Power BI tool or a Tableau tool they will use, and they will try to create some dashboard. Similarly, machine learning, they use this data to create some machine learning model. Data scientist will find the future trends from this data, and business groups will directly take a decision from this data. Okay, they will take a decision from this data. They try to understand some kind of a table, and they will take, okay, so the inventory has to be increased in this particular month. Based on the last year data, they will try to increase the inventory for this year. So such kind of a decisions the business groups will take. Okay, so this is what is data engineering, sir. In a data engineering, we will be having data sources, we will be having data sink. We will be having data sources, and we will be having data sink. We extract this data, we process this, we extract the data, and we try to do the ingestion. We transform the data, that means we try to process this data here, and we try to store the data and analyze the data here. And those analysis table will be very useful for the business, BIR, MLR, data sciences, or business group. So you are working on multiple activities here. So a data engineer can work on the data extraction, data ingestion, data processing, data analysis, data pipeline. So I don't want it to do any of these steps manually. So at first, maybe beginning of the project, I will be doing it manually, but later point of time, I wanted to automate this process, because you're getting a very huge sets of the data. You can't manually process it. So that is the reason you try to create an end-to-end pipeline which flows the data from the source to the sink. from this data source to the data sink, the data will be keep on flowing. And this automated pipeline, you have to create it. There are plenty of the tools are available to create such kind of a thing. Not only that, you should also focus on the data governance and monitoring as well. So whatever the pipeline that you have created, whatever the query that is running, whatever the pipeline that is running, is it taking a lot of time? Try to optimize it. One aspect is performance optimization you should be working on. Next aspect is if your pipeline is running, you should monitor it so that there are no issues. Even there is a issue also, you try to fix it. If there is a pipeline failed and you are downstream getting the wrong data, so that's where the analysis is wrong. So whenever the pipelines are running, the data engineer for sure they should monitor it, so that whenever there is a failure, they have to fix it. And one more thing, data governance. And we should ensure that whatever the data that is coming from the source, we are sending to the destination. Complete data we are sending, the accurate data we are sending. That is comes under the data governance. So data governance ensures that the data is complete throughout this process and accurate throughout this process. So accuracy and completeness are very, very important for the data engineers. So whatever the pipeline that you are creating, whatever the code that you have created, you should ensure that the data is accurate and complete throughout this entire pipeline. So that comes under the data governance. So all of these things are nothing but a data engineering. Sir. All of these things. A data engineering, you will be working on the data extraction, data ingestion, data processing, data analysis, data storage, and data pipeline creation, data governance, data monitoring, everything, data optimization, performance optimization. So all of these things, sir, I wanted to become a data engineer. I wanted to become a data engineer. So if you wanted to become a data engineer, focus on all of these things. In our upcoming sessions, we are going to see all of these topics in a very, very detail with different technologies that we are going to do. And the next thing, so if I wanted to see theoretically, mute yourself, guys, please. So now theoretically, sir, what is data engineering? So data engineering is a process of collecting the data. That's what I told you. Collecting or extracting the data, organizing the data, preparing the large amounts of the data so that it can be used for analysis. So that is what is data engineering. And during this process, we should also creating a systems or pipelines or infrastructure that allow data to be captured, stored, processed, and accessed efficiently. So if I wanted to create a pipeline, I should be creating some kind of a infrastructure. Okay, sir, I wanted to do the PySpark job. I wanted to submit a job, PySpark job to the cluster. You must create the cluster first. So that is what is an infrastructure. So you should be creating a system or the infrastructure that allow the data to be captured, stored, processed, and accessed efficiently. So in a data engineering, you are not only working on the extraction, organizing, preparing, and storing and analyzing the data, you should also focus on creating the systems or the infrastructure for allowing this entire processes. So that is what is data engineering, sir. So as a data engineer, what I am going to work on, sir, can you tell me the role of a data engineer? So the role of a data engineer is that the data engineer works on the data acquisition. That is nothing but data extraction, extracting the data from multiple data sources. Data storage and management. You should think about which storage tool we have to use it. How to control the access to the data. So that is nothing but a data storage and management. And we should think about what processing tool, what processing framework we have to use it. And how to analyze the data, how to process the data. Data quality and governance, ensure that the data is quality throughout the system and it is accurate and complete. So that comes under the data governance. System integration, I don't want it to do the things manually. We wanted to integrate the multiple systems so that the pipeline can be created and it is automated and scheduled and running in a sometime every day, sometime. And the performance optimization, as I told you, if something is taking a lot of time, if some query is taking a lot of time, some pipeline is taking a lot of time, we need to focus on how to optimize it. Okay, we need to focus on how to optimize it so that it is working in an optimized fashion. Monitoring and maintenance, thinking about upgrades, patches, or thinking about how to monitoring the activities. All of these comes under the monitoring is also one of the important aspects so that your pipeline is running smoothly. Even if it is failing also, you are fixing it as such. So that is what is monitoring and maintenance. So you maintain your pipelines, because if there is any tool upgraded, if any framework you are using, if it is upgraded, you have to update it. So that is how there are plenty of there are plenty of tools are available for doing the data storage, for extracting the data, for doing the data processing, and also focusing on the data quality, integrating the systems, performance optimization. Sir, what is data engineer do every day? One data engineer work on this thing. So if you have multiple data engineers in your project, one guy is working on the data acquisition, one guy may work on the data storage, one guy may work on the data processing, one guy may work on the data quality. So I'm not saying that you are going to get a chance to work on all of these areas in a single project, but if you're getting it, you are the lucky person. But you may not be able to get an entire end-to-end pipeline to work on it, but you may be working on different activities. So what is our aim? We should excel in all of these areas. We should excel in all of these areas, because our aim is to not to become an engineer, data engineer, is not to become a senior data engineer. We wanted to become solution architect. After, sir, maybe data engineer 3 years, senior data engineer 5 years, 8+ years if you become, sir, I don't want it to still working on the data processing, but you have to provide the solutions to your clients. You should come up with the best optimized tool for your data processing, good tool for data storage, best optimization techniques so that your pipeline is running in a very optimized manner. So such a kind of a solutions we need to focus on. So in our course, we are not only learning how to develop the things, how to implement the things, we are also focusing on how we can able to provide the innovative solution to our customers, how to provide the innovative solutions, because we wanted to eventually we wanted to become that. So why not tomorrow? Why today itself? So we are going to learn today how to extract the data, how to do the data storage, how to do the data processing, how to do the data quality ensures, and how to do the quality checks, system integrations, performance optimization, monitoring and maintenance. All of these things are full-fledged pack for this particular course. Okay, so this is what is data engineering, sir. If anyone have any questions on the data engineering, what you have to do is that put the question in the chat. We have a plenty of the people are here. So what you guys have to do is that put that question in the chat. Okay, so that I'm gonna go, because we have a few more things to cover. So I will give you a time, guys, for you. So if you wanted to ask any questions, after 15 minutes, I will give you time for all of you. You can unmute yourself and talk. For now, I just want you guys to think about what is data engineering. So in today's, we wanted to understand data engineering, what is Google Cloud Platform. That's it, 2 things. After that, course curriculum. If you have any questions on the course curriculum, I will clear it out, all the doubts. I will stay here for 10:30 or 11 also, that is totally fine. Try to understand what is data engineering. So if you understand the requirement of the data engineer, creating the systems, doing the data processing, storing the data is not going to be challenging. So this is a challenging role. You need to come up with the best optimized version of the code, optimized version of the framework, a tool, and need to think about storage. So all of these things is a comes under the data engineer, guys. So just to recap, data engineering, we will be having multiple data sources. We extract the data from the source, we store it in a one single location, we do the data processing, and we store it the data into the data warehouses. And during the data processing, we worry about the format and cleaning the data properly so that it will be very useful for the analysis. Once the data is there in the data warehouse, we will be doing the analysis. Those analysis reports or tables are very useful for the downstream such as BI, ML, or data scientist or business groups. And throughout this entire process, we need to ensure that the data is accurate and quality complete throughout this process. So we need to think about the data governance as well. And keeping an eye on all our pipelines so that the data is monitored, pipelines are monitored properly. If there is any issue in the pipeline, we need to fix it as soon as possible. Okay, so that is data engineering, sir. So data engineering is not only creating the or building the systems, we need to, sorry, not only creating the pipelines, all of those things, we need to think about maintaining the pipelines, we need to think about infrastructure for those pipelines also. So we need to think about designing and building the systems and infrastructure so that the data can be captured, stored, processed, and accessed efficiently. And as a data engineer, we will be working on the data acquisition, data storage, data processing, data quality, data integration, performance optimization, monitoring, and maintenance. Okay, so this is what is data engineering, sir. Now, let me start with what is Google Cloud Platform. So I see few people are pasting question in the chat. So what are the tools that need to become a data engineering? So that we are going to see in next 2 minutes. Okay, Sachin. So once I have covered what is Google Cloud Platform, so then you will get to know. So now I got to know the data engineering and Google Cloud. Then I will tell you what are the tools that we are going to cover. Okay, I will tell you, Sachin. Yeah. There are few more questions. So what is the difference between the data ingestion and data extraction? So ingestion and extraction is something like this. For example, you need to extract the data and store it into one single tool, right? So for that one, we need to think about the data extraction and data ingestion. And sir, I'm working on the Teradata DBA project. Can I switch into data engineering? I'm not good. That's fine, guys. So all of these questions, Karthik and Sishovan, I'll try to do. I'll try to give you time. I want you guys to tell me what is your thing so that you can able to ask me. I will ask you to unmute yourself. You can ask your question and I'll try to give you the answer properly. So that's not a problem. Okay. So now look at what is Google Cloud Platform. So I see 2 more questions also. No, yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah. So let us see what is Google Cloud Platform, sir. So before going to the Google Cloud Platform, this is what you guys have to think about it. Okay, so you might have heard about AWS. You might have heard about Azure. Sir, nowadays you are now hearing about GCP. Okay. Sir, AWS, Azure, and GCP, all these three are leading cloud providers. These three are the leading cloud providers, sir. The name itself, it is saying cloud provider. Cloud provider means they provide the cloud computing services. They provide cloud computing services. To whom it provides the cloud computing services, sir? It provides the cloud computing services to the companies. It provides to the companies or organizations. That's it. So this is what is Google Cloud also. You can able to understand from here. Sir, we have AWS, Azure, and GCP. These are the three leading cloud providers, sir. If you go outside and look at the market, then you will be having AWS in the first place, Azure in the second place, GCP in the third place. These are the three leading cloud providers. What they do, they provide you the cloud computing services, sir. These services are very useful for the companies to build the application, deploy the application, scale the applications. So, sir, I wanted to create some data engineering application. You can use these cloud computing services. Sir, I wanted to do the data processing. You can use these cloud computing services. Sir, I wanted to do the data storage. Sir, I have a lot of data with me. I wanted to do the data storage. You can use one of these services. Sir, I wanted to create a machine learning model. You can go to these cloud computing services. Sir, I wanted to create one application. You can use it. Not only data engineers, you go for DevOps engineers, you go for application developers, or you go for the machine learning engineers, whoever you are. So it provides you the cloud computing services for each and every requirement that the software companies are having. So if you wanted to create some application, scale some application, deploy some application, do the data processing, create the database, or create the cluster for the data processing activities, creating some environments, whatever you wanted to have it. So the cloud computing services provides you the solution. Okay, so one of that cloud platform is the GCP. One of the cloud platform is the GCP, sir. We have three cloud providers. One is AWS, Azure, and GCP. They provide you the cloud computing. They provide you, these are the three leading cloud providers. They provide you the cloud computing services. These services are very useful for the companies to build the system, create the system, deploy the system, scale the system. Whether the system can be an application or the database or the cluster or the data processing or a machine learning, whatever you wanted to do. So they provide you the cloud computing services. So that is what is a cloud platform, sir. Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services provided by the Google that offers range of products and solutions to help organizations to build, deploy, and scale applications and services in the cloud. So that is what is Google Cloud Platform. So there are plenty of services that the Google Cloud Platform providing. Sir, can you show me a few of the services? So here we have a plenty of products. I told you, right? So Google Cloud Platform provide you the cloud computing services for the organizations to build, deploy, scale all of those applications, right? So, sir, can you tell me what are those services that the GCP is providing? So this is a GCP service portfolio. This is what, sir? This is GCP service portfolio. Here, GCP providing you the compute category. There are plenty of categories. So compute category, identity and security category, management category, networking, big data, storage and databases, machine learning. So Google Cloud Platform providing you the plenty of services. So compute services, you can see here, compute engine, app engine, container engine, registry, cloud functions, IAM, cloud resource manager, big data. So it is providing big data, BigQuery, data flow, data proc. So plenty of services that the GCP is providing for your own usage purpose, guys. If you wanted to build an application, you go and try to create an application with App Engine. I wanted to store the data, sir. Store it here in the cloud storage. I wanted to analyze the data, sir. Go to the BigQuery. I wanted to create a PySpark job, sir. Go to the data prop. Sir, I wanted to create a MySQL database. Go to the Cloud SQL. So whatever the requirement it is providing you the services so that you don't need to worry about creating your own data center in the company. So tomorrow's class, I am going to tell you very, very interesting topic, guys. Please be available in the tomorrow. So in tomorrow's session, I am going to tell you why we need the cloud platform, because if you don't understand why we need the cloud platform, you don't appreciate the technology of the Google Cloud. So in tomorrow's class, I will show you the simple diagram so that this is very useful for you. Maybe 1 minute, guys. It's not coming. Why? 1 minute. I think it's not coming. 1 minute, guys. Let me show you the diagram so that you guys can understand one thing. Okay, not this one. I think, yeah, this one. Look at here. This is something that I'm going to tell you tomorrow. So how people were working in the 10 years before, how the traditional systems were working, how cloud providers came into the picture, and how we are working in the cloud systems. So if you understand the difficulty of working in the traditional systems, the benefits of the benefits that you're working in the cloud, you are going to appreciate it. So tomorrow's session, I'm going to tell you how the traditional systems work, how the cloud computing working model works. So two working models are there: traditional working model, one more is cloud computing model. So I'm going to tell you the difference between tomorrow. So now just try to understand. In Google Cloud Platform, GCP is providing you the plenty of services. So what is the use of these services, sir? If you ask me, these services are very useful for your project. If your project is related to the analysis project, whatever the analysis you wanted to do, you have the solution here. You don't need to create any infrastructure. You don't need to create a data center. You don't need to maintain the data center 24/7 electricity, 24/7 maintenance, cooling supply. Nothing is required now. You just go to, if you wanted to create one system, you just go to the Google Cloud Platform, just create service. Within 5-10 minutes, you can start using it. Okay, so you will get to know all of these things. Maybe just an introduction I am giving you. In our upcoming sessions, you will get to know how we are going to use each and every service. Okay, so that is what is Google Cloud Platform, sir. In Google Cloud Platform, what is Google Cloud Platform? If you ask me, GCP is a suite of cloud computing services provided by the Google. It offers various range of products and solutions so that the organizations can build, deploy, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. And GCP is highly reliable. GCP services are highly reliable, secure, and scalable infrastructure that enables the businesses to leverage the Google's extensive library and network and data centers. Okay, so all of these services are highly secure and highly scalable. If you wanted to store any amount of data, you can able to store any amount of processing you wanted, any amount of machine configuration you wanted, you can able to change it at any point of time. So that is possible. Okay, so this is what is Google Cloud Platform, sir. Okay, so it provides you the plenty of services. The few services only I have listed here, sir. 2000 plus services are there in GCP products and solutions. Plenty of services it is providing you. And here only I have mentioned a few categories and few services only. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, so now we have discussed about what is data engineering. Now I have told you about what is Google Cloud. Now I wanted to start with the curriculum. Okay, and in the next 15 minutes, this is our topics, guys. I'm going to tell you what is our course curriculum and the course details. When is the course actually starting from? Actually, it is starting from today only. And the timings and everything I'm going to detail, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so course curriculum and all of these things. So far, we have just seen what is data engineering, what is Google Cloud Platform. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to see the cloud overview. Why we need the cloud platform? What is the difference between the on-premises and cloud? What is Google Cloud Platform? Why we learn the GCP? What are the opportunities? What are the certifications? So when it comes to the opportunities, there are plenty of opportunities are there, guys. I'm going to talk about these opportunities and certifications in a bit. And GCP interfaces. Sir, Google Cloud Platform is providing you these many services. Can you tell me if I wanted to work with these services, what is the interface methods? You have console, you have Cloud Shell, you have Cloud SDK. And I'm going to tell you the console walkthrough, project setup, enabling billing and APIs, and the GCP locations, regions, zones, and selection criteria. So all of these things we are going to. Okay, so again, we have a next topic that is IAM and admin, identities, roles, policies, and resource hierarchy. And compute options, compute engine, Kubernetes engine, app engine, and cloud functions. So these things only for the basics, some idea only. And all other these things, module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it takes every day 1 hour. For next 7 days, we are going to focus on these data engineering basics. So not data engineering, Google Cloud basics. Okay, in our next 7-day session, I am going to talk about the GCP basics, overview of the GCP. What is cloud overview? What is Google Cloud Platform? What are the GCP interface methods are there? What is console walkthrough? How do we set up a project? How to enable the billing? How to create a free tier account in the GCP? I will tell you all of these things. GCP locations, IAM and admin compute options. So for next 7 to 8 days, we are going to focus on the GCP basics. Now, the next thing is that, sir, so far it is GCP cloud overview only. Can you tell me what are the data engineering tools that we are going to cover? So that is our next topic. So as per the data categorization, data is categorized into unstructured data, semi-structured data, and structured data. To work with the unstructured data, we have a GCS. This is service one. Data engineering service one, sir. To work with the semi-structured data, OLTP systems and OLAP system, we have a big table that is service 2. And to work with the structured data OLTP, we have a service 3 that is Cloud SQL. We are going to see Cloud SQL. And to work with the OLAP data, nothing but a data warehouse, we are going to see service 4 BigQuery. So when it comes to the data engineering, this is nothing but a storage and database services, guys. We are going to see 4 actually, storage and database services. One is GCS, Bigtable, Cloud SQL, BigQuery. So these are the 4 services we are going to see. So if I wanted to work with unstructured data, sir, where I can do? Sir, I have a lot of unstructured data where I can store it and control it. You can go to the GCS. How to work with the GCS, sir? I will tell you in our upcoming sessions. Sir, I have a semi-structured data. Can you tell me how do we work with the semi-structured data? How to query the semi-structured data? Sir, we have a big table. We are going to see in a big table. Sir, I have a OLTP structured data. Sir, OLTP is nothing but a transactional system, sir. I wanted to work with the MySQL SQL Server, PostgreSQL. Sir, can we tell me how I can create a MySQL instance or a PostgreSQL instance in the Google Cloud Platform? You can straight away go to the Cloud SQL. Cloud SQL provides you the 3 database engines we are going to see. That is our 3rd service. The 4th service is our Google BigQuery, sir. It is a data warehouse tool and analytics tool. If you wanted to analyze the data, if you wanted to store your entire enterprise data, the BigQuery is one of the very, very, very important tool, guys. Very, very important tool, BigQuery. Next thing, sir. Sir, so far we have just seen what is storage and database services. Sir, can you tell me how do we create the pipelines? Sir, I wanted to create the data pipelines. So can you tell me what are the services that we are going to cover in the GCP? Sir, to work with the Spark and Hadoop. Sir, I wanted to create Spark and Hadoop jobs. So in Google Cloud Platform, we are going to learn about the data proc. So what is data proc? In data proc, how do we create the PySpark jobs? How to create a PySpark jobs? How to create how to read the data from the multiple data sources? How to transform the data using PySpark? How to load the data to the PySpark? So in data proc, we are going to learn about PySpark, guys. So here we are going to learn. Here we are going to create a data pipelines using the PySpark. So in the data proc, so that is our 5th service. That is our 5th service, sir. So here we are going to learn about PySpark. So in PySpark, how to read the data from multiple data sources, how to transform the data, how to process the data, how to analyze, how to load the data to the destination, all of those things using the PySpark, I'm going to tell you. Next thing, sir, I wanted to create the Beam pipeline. Sir, in Google Cloud Platform, Apache Beam with Python is very, very famous. So here we are going to see the data flow. Sir, Beam pipelines, if you wanted to run in Google Cloud Platform, we have a data flow, which is a serverless service to work with the Beam pipelines. So we are going to learn about Apache Beam with Python here, sir. We are going to create the custom pipelines. We are going to create the template method pipelines also. Both we are going to create it. So data flow. That is our 6th service. 7th service, sir. I wanted to, in my organization, we are using the data fusion, which is a user interface tool. Without writing any code also we can create the pipeline, sir. Code free graphical user interface tool, that is data fusion. Without writing any code, we can also create the data pipelines using drag and drop tool, that is nothing but a data fusion. So that is also we are going to learn. Okay, sir, we have these many pipelines. Sir, these pipelines I wanted to run at some point of time. I wanted to schedule these pipelines. Sir, can you tell me about workflow orchestration tool? In Google Cloud Platform, very, very important workflow orchestration tool, that is nothing but a Composer or Airflow. So that is our 8th service. We are going to learn about Composer or Airflow, which is also very, very important service. Next thing, sir, I wanted to create the infrastructure in the Google Cloud Platform. This is one of the complementary service that I'm complementary topic you can think of. To create the infrastructure, we are going to use Terraform. So this is one of the things. Okay, and additionally, I actually forgot to mention here. One of the slide was actually missing. So PubSub. We are also learning about PubSub to work with the streaming data. Sir, I wanted to create a streaming pipelines. I wanted to work with a Kafka kind of a system. So create a topic and publisher. So if you wanted to do that, we are going to learn about a PubSub, which is nothing but a publisher and subscriber model. So to work with the streaming data, we are going to learn about PubSub. Additionally, we are also learning about cloud functions. Nowadays, people are using heavily. So that is the reason I have added that topic into our course curriculum, cloud functions also. So this is also one of the data engineering tool itself you can think of. So event-based system. So if you wanted to work with the event-based solution, so that is cloud function. That is our 11th service. Total 11 services we are going to see. Total 11 services we are going to see. I mean, few other services will also come into the picture like DMS and data stream. All of those things also come into the picture, but these are the main important tools. If you are focusing on these things, I'm telling you, the job is with you. The job is with you guys. It doesn't go anywhere. Sir, are we going to just learn about theoretically? No. I am going to tell you how to create a free tier account like me. I am going to tell you how to create a free tier account like me. So we are going to have a Google Cloud Platform is providing you the $300 in credits for free. So $300 credit for 3 months, guys. GCP is free trial is there for 3 months. So within the 3 months, you can use any service, no restriction on the service, any service we can use. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how to create this free tier account. I will tell you in our upcoming sessions how to create a free this free tier account. This free tier account worth of $300 for next 3 months. Even though some 3 to 4 people working on the same account also, $300 you can't even it will not be completed totally. So that is how it is. You cannot be able to burn the $300 even though 3 to 4 members are also working. So that is how any service you can use, any tool you can use. There is no restriction on this one, like Azure and AWS. So that is what it is, guys. So I will tell you how to create a free tier account. I have created this free tier account recently only. Okay, seems like 12,000 is left in my account. So I will tell you how to create a free tier account. You will be able to see all the services, whatever I have told you. So something like Compute Engine, BigQuery, IM and Admin, Cloud Storage, all of these things are here. So we will be working with the data proc, whatever is data proc, and as I told you, data flow. So all of these things, you don't need to create, you don't need to have a separate laptop, you don't need to install anything. Just think that everything is available in the Google Cloud Platform. Only if you create an account, all the things will be available. Sir, do we have to pay to create this account? No, only 2 rupees is enough. Only 2 rupees is enough. Only for the verification, this 2 rupees will be debited and again credited. So with the help of the 2 rupees, we can able to create a free tier account. That's it. And that is what is our course curriculum. So total 11 services are, if you can see here. So one is GCS, Bigtable, Cloud SQL, Cloud BigQuery, and Spark and Hadoop, Dataproc, Dataflow, Data Fusion, Airflow, and Terraform, PubSub and Cloud Functions. So if you wanted to see the topics, sir, I wanted to see the curriculum, in-depth curriculum, topic-wise description of each and every module. Module introduction, GCP interfaces, console, shell, SDK, all the topics. So each and every topic with a detailed topics that we are going to cover is mentioned here, guys. This is GCP topic, basic topics. Locations, as I told you, location, region, zone, importance, and IM and admin, compute options. Now in our next topic, GCP data engineering. So if you wanted to have the access to this particular course curriculum, so here you have the course curriculum, guys. I'm pasting it in the link. You guys wanted to, if you guys wanted to explore the course content, I am pasting the link in the chat. You guys go and check it out. So I'm pasting the link in the chat, guys. Okay, I have pasted the link in the chat for this course topics. So for Google Cloud Storage, what are the topics that we are covering? Everything is mentioned here. Cloud SQL, Cloud Bigtable, Cloud BigQuery, Data Proc, Data Flow, PubSub, Airflow or Composer, Data Fusion, Terraform. So everything is detailed mentioned here, guys. If you wanted to see the course curriculum. Okay, so this is what it is. And the next thing, when it comes to the course details, so our course duration is 45 hours. So it will take 2 months, guys. You can think of 2 months it will take. Course duration is 2 months. 45 hours means 2 months. Course timings daily 1 hour, guys. The timing is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day. So that is same time. So 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day. The same timings are. And daily we will be having online live sessions, add-ons, video recordings. So our admin team will share you all the video recordings of everyday session, and we will be having comprehensive material. Let me talk about this comprehensive material. So I'm going to share it with you guys, this material. So this material will be having all the information. 1 minute. Let me open it one more time. So this material will be having all the things, guys. So it will be having the basic topics, data engineering topics. So you'll be having the, you can see here. So once we have covered all the topics after 2 months, if you wanted to go for the interview, sir, you first have prepare your resume. So for creating your resume, I have created the GCP resume templates. So these are the resumes of the previous candidates who have got job recently. So almost 10 plus resumes are here. If you wanted to create your own resume, you can copy some of the information from this one. So resume templates are here. Next thing, sir, I wanted to go for the interview. So can you tell me about the interview introduction and project explanation? So you can able to, I have provided all the details related to. So this particular course is a full packed, guys. So here you will be covering all the theoretical and practical sessions. Theoretical is only 20%. 80% is practical things only, because we are going to experiment it everything practically. Okay, I will show you. So if you wanted to see, let me go here. For example, sir, I wanted to see the cloud storage, how to create a cloud storage bucket in the console as well as the cloud shell. And so one more thing, sir, I wanted to work with the cloud SQL, how to create a cloud SQL, theoretical concept, how to work with a cloud SQL instance, how to create a cloud SQL instance, how to work with it. So all of these concepts are mentioned here. BigQuery. So what is BigQuery? What is BigQuery architecture? How to work with the BigQuery? How many ways that we can able to create a table in the BigQuery? So, and what is partitioning? What is clustering? All the concepts. What is nested fields? What is repeated fields? What are views? Materialized view, authorized view, assignment, case studies, case study 1 and case study 2. So all of these things are here. It is actually designed in such a way that everything is in one go. So even if you wanted to go for the interview also, you can just recap everything in a one single place. And I will provide you the just link of this one, so that you guys can access this everything your lifetime. So it will be having a lifetime access, and I will be providing the access to each and everyone. And even for the data proc. So what is the introduction to the Hadoop? What is introduction to the Spark? What is the difference between the Hadoop and Spark? What is PySpark? So when you submit an application in the PySpark, what will happen? So how to create a cluster, single node cluster, multi-node cluster, how to create a data processing pipeline in the data proc. Okay, case study 1, case study 2, case study 3. Assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3. End-to-end batch pipeline. End-to-end batch pipeline. Similarly, data flow. What is data flow? Difference between the Apache Spark and Apache Beam. Data flow versus data proc. Lab sessions. Everything. So here also I missed here. So you'll be having lab sessions, guys. So these lab sessions itself, it takes like 5 to 6 days. All theoretical concepts is like 1 or 2 days, maximum 1 day. For each topic, maximum 1 day theoretical. Rest of the sessions are practical things only. So here all the labs. In the data flow also, all the labs. Creating a pipeline in a template method. End-to-end streaming pipeline. And PubSub. What is PubSub? The PubSub streaming pipeline is here only. And Airflow. What is Airflow? What are the Airflow architecture? What is DAG? How to create a DAG? What is cron job format? Level 1 DAG. The level 1 DAG code and lab sessions are here. Level 2 DAG. The code is everything is here. Level 3 DAG. The code is here. And assignment. Data fusion. What is data fusion? End-to-end streaming pipe, end-to-end data fusion batch pipeline. Similarly, cloud functions. What is cloud function? Cloud function 1. This is a lab. Again, cloud function 2. It is a requirement, guys. Instead of lab, I would say it is each and every requirement we have created as a one pipeline. Cloud function 1 and cloud function 2. And the big table. And Terraform. So this is our final topic, guys. Terraform. So in Terraform, how do we create the infrastructure? So we have the code ready available. So all of these things are here. What are the Terraform commands and all of those things. So once we have covered all of these concepts, and in our last session, I will tell you about how do you create your resume using these resume templates. How do you tell in your introduction in the interview? So in every interview, they are going to ask you, tell me about yourself. Walk me through your resume. So such a kind of they are going to ask in the interview. So you have to tell it in a very decent manner. And how do you explain your project with architecture diagram? I have mentioned here project 1 explanation and project 2 explanation with architecture diagram. Okay, so all of these things are here, and you can see here data engineering theoretical questions. Sir, I wanted to prepare. Can you show me the commonly asked theoretical interview questions? So these are the questions I'm telling you guys. Don't think that I have just copied these questions from the internet. Not even a single question is copied. Maybe some, not, I don't think so. Maybe some later point of some, maybe here I might have copied a few questions. But until here, I'm telling you, you don't get some questions from here, but some questions I have added. But if you can go here for GCP cloud storage, if they are asking any question, out of these 4 topics only, 4 questions only they are going to ask. BigQuery. These are the questions that are from the interview itself. I have not prepared these questions. I'm telling you guys. These are the questions from our previous students who got the job, who cracked 3 to 4 offers in a one single, 3 to 4 offer letters within 1 or 2 months itself. Okay, so those people have given me the questions and I have created the answers for you. So commonly asked the questions, if they are asking you BigQuery, tell me about the architecture of the BigQuery. What is partitioning in clusters? So these questions are common. Dataprog questions. What have you done in the Dataprog? This is commonly asked question. Why you are using Dataprog? What do you have done in the Dataprog? So questions and answers. Data flow, transformations, cloud composer. So tron job format. So everything is here. Theoretical questions and practical questions are here. And one more thing, coding questions. Look at here. These are the coding questions by the interview itself. I did not copy it from anywhere. If I copy it, the question will not be like this, right? So table A, table B. What is the number of inner join, the records for the inner join, left join, and right join? So such kind of a questions they are going to ask you. In the Python also, difference between list, set, dictionary, tuple. So all of these questions, theoretical questions and coding questions also, we have mentioned it here clearly. And for those people who wanted to go for the certification, so I have mentioned here the dumps for the certification also. Sir, I wanted to go for certification, clear out the certification. Associate cloud engineer or professional data engineer, whoever you are, you can able to create the certification. And one bonus end-to-end project pipeline I have created for you. So this is here. Okay, the explanation is also here. Okay, so that is how everything is here, guys. Resumes, interview, theoretical questions, coding questions, certification dumps. This is all the topics. I am going to share you this link for all of you guys once once you guys have enrolled for this course. Okay, so that is one thing. And back to our, sorry, not this one, this one. So we will be, our course duration is 45 hours, daily 1 hour, nothing but, sorry, 2 months, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. guys, 9 to 10 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday. Online live sessions, video recordings will be provided, comprehensive material. I am going to share you the link, guys. I will be every weekend we will be having assignments, real-time projects and case studies is covered, interview questions, certification dumps, resume assistance, everything is there. So some people is asking me like, maybe I have seen something here in the chart also now. 1 minute, guys. Let me look at the chart once. That is what some people are asking, sir. Is there any prerequisite for this course? Yes. So familiarity with the SQL is very important, guys. I'm telling you, SQL is very important for this course. You have at least basic knowledge on SQL is also very much important. Basics of the SQL is very, very important for this course. So prerequisite for those course for this course, some people are mentioning in different way of asking the same question. So I see in the chart. So yeah. So sir, I am coming from this one, that one. So yeah. So the prerequisite for this course is that SQL, guys. Basics of the SQL, at least basics of the SQL is very, very much important for this course. And next thing. Sir, who can attend this course? So if you are an aspiring data engineer, sir, I wanted to become a data engineer. You are a data analyst or a data scientist who wanted to become a data engineer. You are a software engineer, a developer, or a tester. I wanted to become a data engineer or a shift into the data engineer. Or I am a BI professional. I wanted to come into the data engineering field. Or I am though I wanted to go for a certification like associate cloud engineer or a professional data engineer. So whoever you are, sir, I am coming from IT or non-IT. Whether you are from non-IT background for 9 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever it is. You are IT from testing background or ETL testing background or some other mainframes background or some other background, whatever you are. Sir, I wanted to come into the trending field where the packages are good and challenging is also there. So such a kind of a role is a data engineer, guys. And one more thing, data engineering is one of the trending job. Even the packages for the data engineer is higher than the data scientist and machine learning engineer. They may say that one of the machine learning engineer may got a higher package than a data engineer, but on an average highly packaged salaries are nothing but for those people who are working in the data engineering only. And it is very, very trending job. It is a foundational course. Data engineering is foundation, guys. Don't think that, sir, if the market is there and afterward if the market is not there, what happens to data engineering? No, data engineering is the foundation. It is the data engineering is the foundation. So even some data scientist or data analyst or data machine learning, they wanted to work, data engineering is foundation. Even you will be seeing some people coming from data scientist to the data engineering, because data scientist or machine learning may be trending, but they may in the future, may not be in the future. But data engineering for sure will be there because it is foundational course, and they are highly paid. Okay, so creating pipelines, maintaining pipelines is not that easy. Okay, so this is what, sir, I wanted to become a data engineer. You are a IT or non-IT, or whoever you are. If you are have a basic knowledge in the SQL, then you can attend this course, guys. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, yep. Now what I will do, so far what we have seen, all of these basic concepts we have seen, right? So now I'm going to give you time for you guys. I want you guys to raise your hand. I will go one by one. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will try to answer your questions. Okay, this is not first batch for me, guys. This is almost some 30 plus batch. I think 31 or 32. I'm not totally aware of it. From last 1.5 years, I've been teaching this course. More than 200 people have already placed in this particular GCP as a GCP data engineer. I also teach GCP DevOps also. So this is one of the GCP data engineer and GCP DevOps. So you can also check outside. Yeah, I want you guys to raise your hand if you have any questions. I am going to go one by one. Okay, so first I'll go with Uday Kumar. So yes, Uday, you can unmute yourself and you can tell me what is your question. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 Of course, yes. So your question is, are we going to teach Apache, sorry, Airflow, right? Airflow or Compose? No, actually, what is happens is that, so what you are saying is Google Kubernetes engine is basics only covered here, because so in-depth deployments we are not going to cover. This is not DevOps course. First thing, and next thing, you if you are asking, yeah, Airflow is a data engineering tool, for sure it is covered. Okay, so it is covered with the theoretical theory, comma level 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4 DAGs we are going to create. Okay, so these DAGs will itself it is take like 3 to 4 days. Okay, yeah. The composer, it is going to be having its own environment. If you go to the Google Cloud Platform, okay, so if you go look at the Google Cloud Platform, we have a managed airflow workflow orchestration tool. It is directly available here. Okay, but I will tell you, if you wanted to run it on GKE, I'll tell you how you can able to install it. But usually this is how people in the GCP they are working with. Okay, so this is what you see. For example, you see here, so if I wanted to create a composer environment, so it is composer 2, it is actually creating in the Kubernetes only. If you go and check it out, let me show you. So if you come here and configuration, actually it is not showing you. Okay, so advanced airflow, in 1 minute, I think trigger scheduler. Okay, 1 minute. Let me show you, because it's actually creates the environment in the issues. Look at here. The network configuration for the Kubernetes cluster running on the Airflow. It is on the GKE only. So all the configuration, for example, whatever the machine configuration here I am giving, right? This configuration, this machine size is going to be deployed on the GKE only. Okay. Yeah. Correct. 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 Okay. Yeah. Okay. The next person, Praveen Sahu. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Correct. So see, look at like this, guys. We don't worry about Hadoop nowadays. First thing. So we don't worry on deployments of Hadoop, all of those things. But so the Hadoop knowledge like HDFS, Spark, what is MapReduce, okay, theoretical covered. And our main agenda is that what we have to do. What is our main agenda? We are going to create jobs, PySpark jobs. So that is our main focus on. Okay, so our for sure, I'll tell you. Even you might have seen in my notes also. So we need to understand the history first thing. So I'll start from the history only. What is Hadoop ecosystem, MapReduce, and all of these things I will cover. So once after that, I will tell you differences, all of those things. And after that, we will be looking at lab sessions. These lab sessions are nothing but a PySpark job only. Okay, so we will be spending more time here. Okay, creating pipelines. Okay, so that is correct. No, no, no. They won't ask you. It's like this. So they won't ask you. In my Google Cloud Platform project, we are using the data flow. In the data proc, we are going to create the PySpark jobs. Our cluster is maintaining all of these jobs. And once the jobs are completed, we are going to delete the cluster. And so you will only say that for the Spark and Hadoop, we are going to use the data proc. And how do you create the cluster? And we are creating the cluster using the Airflow. We are creating the cluster using the Terraform. So all of those things I will tell you. So how do we create it? How do we manage our pipelines? How do we schedule our pipelines? How do we create these PySpark jobs? End to end scratch from the scratch, I'm going to tell you. So they don't ask you like, have you worked on the Hadoop? So you can say, I have worked on the Hadoop and I know HDFS, but it was long back. Now we are working in the data proc only. because I will tell you the all the historical knowledge also. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next, MD Shada Bakhtar. Shadab, if you have any question. Yes. 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 Tell me. Okay. Okay. Oracle. Sorry. 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 Oracle. Okay. And you are saying you are non-IT background. These people, you are if you are working on Oracle and PLSQL, nothing but you are from the IT background only, right? Okay. 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 So one thing I'll tell you, see, Power BI is a see. I wouldn't say that Power BI is not a good tool. So Power BI is a very good tool. It's a very good learning also. But the thing is that, see, what is that, for example, if you are going for Power BI, what happens that people do these kind of mistakes only. So Power BI is only a visualization tool. Okay, so it is mainly for the visualization, dashboards and creations. So if there are openings in the visualization dashboards, you are only if that is with the Power BI only you are eligible for the job. If you are not having the jobs in the visualization, then you cannot go anywhere. So it is a very specific course, very specific for the visualization. So you have already have the knowledge. Now with that knowledge, you have already have the knowledge of the SQL also. With that knowledge, data engineering, if you are going for, okay, this is a very good suggestion I can give you. It's your wish if you wanted to take it or not. But the data engineering will open a lot of opportunities. So because in the data engineering itself, you can work in the Azure or you can work in the AWS or you can work in the GCP. Think that, guys. Maybe you are learning the GCP today. It's because I'm telling you, some people were asking in the chat also. So why GCP? Why not Azure and AWS? So I see some questions are some people are asking this question. Let me try to answer this one so that you guys get this thing cleared out. So Azure and AWS, you already know it is the market is already established. Yes or no, guys? Is the market for the AWS and Azure is established or not? Because these are the tools are available from last. I mean, these are the two cloud providers available from the last 7 8 years.
Hello.
Hey, sorry guys, I'm back. Actually, some internet issue. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me reconnect it. So, hope you guys can see my screen. Yes or no?
Yes.
Am I audible, guys? Okay, great. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, great. Yeah. So, so we have GCP, Azure, and AWS. So the market is already established. There are plenty of skilled professionals. Now you are learning some course. Okay, so you wanted to learn some course, whatever it is, you are learning some course. And maybe if you think that you have learned Azure or AWS, this is what people do mistake. So they try to go for, so they're coming from testing background or they're coming from some non-IT background, they'll learn Azure course and AWS course. Now, whom they are actually competing with for the jobs? Whom they are actually competing with? They are actually competing with the skilled professionals because the market is already established. There are plenty of skilled professionals like you may already some 3 to 4 years before they already learned this course and they become skilled, and now you are competing with them by learning the same course. And is it easy to compete with them? No, it's not easy. Getting the job by competing with them is not easy. But when you go for the GCP, what is happening is that GCP is growing like anything. It's growing like anything. You can think of like some of the Azure projects and GCP AWS projects are also moved to the GCP nowadays. So GCP is having a plenty of projects nowadays. You prepare your resume, put it in the Naukri. I'm telling you, within 1 week you will get 20 plus calls within a week. So that is how the GCP. So if you're learning some new course, the manpower is already less because it's new cloud provider itself, and you don't have a much skilled professionals here because it's a new platform itself. And getting the job is very easy compared to them. So that is the reason. That is the reason. From the last, I think 7 to 8 months, I'm telling you guys, I've been teaching. At first, I've been teaching GCP and professional data engineering certification. After that, I have seen the growth in the market. So almost 150 plus students got placed in the GCP data engineering. It's because only because there is a very less manpower in the GCP. There are plenty of the projects and very less manpower. Okay, so that is what happening. So if you learn some course, you should be able to think that how to come, whom we are competing with, what is our competitors. So if your competitors are skilled professionals, getting the job is easy. If your competitors are very new to the market, even though those who are interviewing you for the GCP data engineer, they itself do not know much about the GCP. I'm telling you, sir. Those who are interviewing for the GCP data engineering position, they do not know much depth knowledge on the GCP itself. So then your chances of getting hired is very high, I'm telling you. So that is the reason plenty of people with the 30 to 40% of the theoretical knowledge with the communication skills, you will be able to easily get the job. But if you wanted to survive in the job, a full-fledged course with all the practical scenarios need to be there. Getting the job is easy, I'm telling you. With the GCP course, with my course, getting the job is easy, but you have to survive it. So surviving is we are going to focus on in our upcoming sessions. So that is what is the difference, guys. So let's not worry about what is GCP provides, what is Azure provides, what is AWS provides. We are not the organization, we are not the CEOs. We don't worry about creating the solution. Okay, we don't worry about providing the budget, right? So we worry about whether we wanted to get the job easily or not. If I wanted to get the job, I will look at my competitors. Am I competing with the skilled persons? If yes, your chances of getting hired is less. If you are competing with the less skilled person, then your chances of getting hired is very high. So GCP is that kind of a course. Look at that one. Focus on that one only. I'm telling you, you yourself only call me and say me that, sir, I have got the job within 2.5 months itself. Hardly, I'm telling you, those who have completed 2 months of course, within 1 month, you will be getting the job. I'm telling you, by the completion of your trial period itself, you are going to get the job. So because the calls are itself, it is like that. Don't trust me. Go and prepare some dummy resume in the Google, Naukri and upload it. Dummy resume, just put your GCP data engineer, just mention some 5 services, whatever I have mentioned. Not worry about, don't worry about the theoretical, the points also. Just mention some here and there, some 5 points of BigQuery, data from data flow. Put it in the Naukri. If you mention 3 years, from tomorrow onwards, if you are putting your resume today night, from tomorrow onwards you are going to get the calls. So that is how the GCP data engineer, the calls are very high. Okay, so that is how it is. And yes, so 1 minute. Yes, Prasad, you have any question? Prasad Kulkarni. Yes, Prasad, I can hear you. Yeah. Okay. That's possible. Yeah. I mean, see, in our sessions, I'm going to tell you because everyone is new to this course. So you will not know even the basics also. That is what my main intention is, that one guy, if he's coming from non-IT background, so if I tell him one time, he may not be able to understand it. So my focus is on basics. So I'll be teaching the basics in a very such a way that it's like I'm giving you the banana by opening all of these lips. So that's how it is. So basics are very clear. So basics we are going to focus on very much. And after that, once you got the basics, it's like this. So you have some mathematical question. However, you can the solution can be written in 10 ways, right? So that's how it is. So for sure, our timings are 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Two to three times I'm going to explain. That's not a problem at all. Yes. No doubt, every day after our session, after 10 p.m. of the session, you can ask me the doubts. I'll be available like this only. So if I'm available today, right? So after 10 p.m. So if you even I'll be staying here only, I will be asking one or two times, or if you have any questions, you can ask me. So I'll be asking something like that. If you have any questions, you can ask me after 10 p.m. After the session, you can ask me. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You You worked on almost all the tech stack. So you worked on mechanical engineering, you worked on data analyst, software testing, and data scientist. Okay. You okay, you now know only to the tools. Okay. So the thing is that, see, first thing. So the main important for this course is that, so who you are mechanical, data analyst, or software testing, or data scientist. So this guy is all of you. This guy is as for all other people. I'm telling you guys. So we have like quite a few people today. So you can see here, guys. This guy is done mechanical, and he worked in data analyst, and he worked as a mechanical engineering first, then data analyst, then software testing, then data scientist, and he got learned in many courses. Now he wanted to go for data engineering. So this course, whoever you are, first thing is that if you know the SQL, that's more than enough. Okay, if you know the must SQL, and if you are willing to learn, so that is important, guys. Willing to learn is very important. If you wanted to learn something and get a very good package, I am telling you to motivate you guys. So I am not telling you something which is not possible. I'm telling you one guy who is having 12 LPA, now he is getting 29 LPA with just 5.1 years of experience. Okay, with just 5.1 years of experience, that guy is now getting 12 LPA too. He got in one of the company he got 12 LPA. So and from there he directly went to the 29 LPA. Okay, so that is how it is. So data engineering is trending. So if you know how to properly learn the skill and how to present yourself in the interview, that's more than enough. You can able to easily get the job. Okay, so that is how. So yeah. Okay, if you know the SQL, Prasad, you can able to, if you're willing to learn the new course, and this course will you give you a very good life. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. No one knows about GCP. I'm telling you guys, GCP itself, it is very new. I am the guy who is having 3.5 years of experience in the GCP. You don't find for those people who is having more than 2 years of experience in the GCP. Okay, you don't find at all because I am the person who was actually almost 3.9 years, close to 4 years of experience in the GCP. When the GCP was not known to everyone, I was working on the GCP. It's because one of the project requirement for the US client. So, and from the last 2 years only you will be learning, you will be hearing about the GCP. But from the 2 years before onwards, I've been working. So the thing is that learning the GCP is at this point of time is very, very, and it gives you a very good opportunity. First thing, you can easily get the job. Second thing is that the packages are very high because this is a demanding one. So you don't find the manpower who is already skilled. You can just put last 3 years I worked on GCP and go for the interview. Okay, you can able to easily get the job. Okay, yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, yeah, you can get that, of course. It's possible. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Pritam, Katke, you have any question? Pritam? Okay, so I do not see. Yes, yes, you are audible, Pritam. Yes. Your voice is very low. Can you talk a bit louder? Data? Data form? Okay. See, the query, yes. Data flow, yes. Data proc, yes. Data fusion, yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. You're talking about, I think that service we are not going to deeply covering it because most of the projects are not covering. Okay. So data form for BigQuery. So BigQuery for sure, that's covered. So BigQuery is there are two types of things, guys. So it's newly they have added. Okay. Yes. So you will be able to get to know. It's just a version controlling only. So I'll talk about this one for sure. But it's not in my topic. I have not covered this one. But BigQuery is full-fledgedly we are going to cover. Data form is not there in our topics. But let me look into it because it is just whatever the code we have it right. We need to properly maintain it in the data form. That's it. So I'll tell you how do you can manage it. Okay. Yeah. Python, not a worry. Don't worry about that. I'm going to tell you. Okay. Don't worry about the Python, guys. I know how you guys have to learn the Python. I will tell you. Okay. Focus on the requirement prerequisite for this course is SQL. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Sangeeta Ravi. Any question, Sangeeta Ravi? Hello. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, Sangeeta. Okay. You are already working as a data engineer. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 So this is yes. So you can see, for example, you are already a data engineer. That's well and good. So now you are in bench. So if you have time, I think if you are already in the bench, you will be having a plenty of time. So if you go for this course and just prepare resume and try applying outside. Okay. So go for this course and try applying the jobs outside. So I'm telling you, you will be getting a lot of calls. Okay, you'll be getting a lot of calls. You can able to easily go for the job. So this course gives you calls. This course gives you opportunities. Okay, including the knowledge, including the theoretical, everything. This course gives you the opportunity. opportunities so that you can utilize it. Not in one or two opportunities, you'll get at least 30 plus 40 plus interviews. Okay, so 30 plus 40 plus opportunities, at least one interview you crack it, you'll be settled for life. Yeah. Okay. No, sir, I wanted to try it in internally only. So I wanted to learn this course, and what I will do, I will try it in my internal company only. So you'll be having in internal also. You can check it out if there are any GCP openings are there. Okay. So in that way also you can try it out. Okay. Yeah. So Siva Krishna. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Last 3 years you are working in data project. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So don't worry about that. In our previous to previous batch, we have 17 years of experience guy who is actually from testing background. Okay. So he's from the testing background. His actual package was around 16 LPA, I guess. Okay. So actual package was 16 LPA. Now he is earning 32 or 33. I'm not sure totally. So that is what it is. Don't worry about the experience. Okay. So I suggested him to put 3.5 years as an experience. Okay. You can also put somewhere around 3 plus. So if someone has to expect it, they should be having knowledge, right? So I'm telling you, they itself it is don't know about GCP much. Okay. Okay. So the thing is that you should be able to work on it. So you should be able to work on it. So if you wanted to work on it, you should be practically dig and work on it. So that means you have to create pipelines, all of those things. So those skills we are going to cover, theoretical and practical. So don't worry about that. So that is all. The expectation will be there. If you wanted to reach the expectation, you should be learning the course properly. So this course is for you. Yeah. No, we are not covering that. So because in Google Cloud Platform we have GCS, we have a PubSub. So these tools we are using. Okay. Yeah. So NiFi, in one of our use case, we are using the NiFi for the ingestion process, but practically we are not learning it, but only for we will be using it for the ingestion because very rarely you will be getting the chance to work on the ingestion because most of the times our files, our data will be in the form of a source format, will be in the form of a CSV or JSON. Okay, so you'll be getting the data into the JSON. So those things are data proc, data flow, data fusion, all of these things are already available. Okay. Yeah. So GCP has its own tools for the data ingestion, data processing, data extraction, data analysis. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this course is for 2 months. Yeah, 2 months course. Yes. Okay. Oh yes, Sushovan. Sushovan, you have any question? Okay. 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 That's correct. Yeah. But I'm telling you, Sushovan, one thing you can remember. You are already worked as a Python developer, right? So I'm telling you, you have a very bright future in the data engineering. Okay, because I'm telling you, maybe you can just focus on SQL. And after 2 to 3 years, with your Python development skills, you can actually go as a machine learning engineer, and that opens a very good future for you. Okay, you can't directly go as a machine learning engineer because there is a lot of expectation. So if you wanted to if you are willing to learn SQL and if you are willing to learn GCP and then data engineering, I'm telling you, you'll be having a very bright future instead of Python development also. Even you go for Python developers also, your package will be stagnant. But for the GCP data engineer, then machine learning engineer, then data scientist, you have a very bright future because coming from the Python knowledge is very rarely people come from the Python. But if Python and Java, if they're actually coming, they will be having very bright future in the data background, data world actually. Okay. The topics, yes, perfect. So you can actually go to my notes. I'll be maybe on I'll be printing. So prerequisites I have mentioned here. So those people who wanted to focus on the SQL and sir, I do not know SQL, but I wanted to learn SQL. So I'm pasting the link, a few things in the SQL. Okay, so you can actually go and focus on it. Okay. Yeah. Correct, correct. So after first, so you guys have time, guys. I'm telling you, those who do not know SQL, also we have you guys have time because first 7 8 days or first almost 7 to 8 days, we will be working on the basics of GCP only. By the time if you are focusing on learning the SQL, that's more than enough. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yes, G House Muhammad. I think he's having a question. Yeah. Ask to unmute. Yes.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes. You are audible.
Yeah. First of all, sir, thank you so much for your time, and your way of teaching is very, very nice. Okay.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And my question is, sir, like I just want to
Yes.
understand, like where Jenkins, Docker's, Kubernetes fall into the
That's
picture
DevOps.
within the, yeah, within the GCP data engineering course here. Like in the whole architecture, where those things fall, the general overview
Oh,
idea of it. And second
okay.
question, sir. Second question. Like sir, today AI advancements are such a are increasing in such a way that what if tomorrow data engineering is also automated with the help of ML ops or something like that. So your view on that, your suggestion on that, please. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, so for your question, you have asked me this question, Jenkins, maybe Terraform or Docker, whatever you have mentioned,
Yeah,
right? So
Kubernetes.
whereas this actually comes into this data engineering projects, of course, these are also comes into the data engineering projects, but to work with these things, we will be having a DevOps engineer or an infrastructure engineer. But where this actually comes in the data engineering, so if you have an end-to-end pipeline, so for example, in a project, you'll be having an end-to-end pipeline, right? So in your end-to-end pipeline, what happens is that so you have to build your infrastructure automatically and manage the CI/CD, build the infra and manage the CI/CD. Because I am the person who worked. I'm actually a solution architect who is coming from the DevOps and the data engineering background. So that's the reason I'm telling you guys. So if you wanted to create and manage your pipelines, you need to have the infrastructure. You need to maintain the CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment. So for these things, these DevOps topics come into the picture. Okay, next to your data services. So data services. For example, you wanted to do the data processing. So for that data processing, you need the data rock cluster. Okay, data proc cluster is one of the resource. So on top of that, you are going to run PySpark job. This PySpark job is nothing but your code. So this code has to be available in some repo. So someone has to manage this code repo. Someone has to create this cluster. So CI/CD tools will create the cluster. CI/CD tools will manage this job. But who is writing this job is data engineer. Who is writing the SQL code? Who is writing the PySpark job? Who is maintaining the cluster? Who is every day updating the SQL queries? Who is every day updating the PySpark code is data engineer. So this is one-time activity, building the infrastructure, because in your project you will be only using Dataproc and BigQuery. Okay, so you have to create only Dataproc cluster. So for creating a CI/CD, one-time DevOps engineer come and he will create CI/CD and he will go. So every time the pipelines keep on running. Okay, you will be pushing your code, the pipelines are running, and again you are updating the code, again the pipelines are running. Day after tomorrow, again you are updating the code, you are creating a new code, you are creating new pipeline code. So every day it is happening. So the CI/CD is same. The particular CI/CD pipeline is same, but this code will changes every day. This code can be a SQL code, or this code can be a PySpark code, or maybe Apache Beam code, whatever. Who is creating these things? It's you. Okay, so that is how it is. And now, you don't need to worry about the AI. You don't need to worry about AI for the data engineering. Okay. So this question was asked me when I was actually going for one of the recent company which I have joined. They actually asked me, the CEO of the company actually asked me. Quantic is not a where I am working. It is only having 200 to 300 people are working. But what happens is that the final round is with the CEO. So CEO is Sohini, and she asked me actually the same question. So in today's world, we are having a AI coming into the picture, and what happens to your data engineering job? What happens to your the job that you are doing? Do you think do you need to upskill yourself, or do you think that your job gets problem? So that kind of question she asked me, and I told her the same thing. So I am coming from a very rich DevOps and data engineering background. Even though you have a DevOps machine learning or AI model, so that creates a data processing activity that creates all of these things. But logically, if someone has to create it, you need to have a proper inputs to that particular model. So those inputs, I am the one I can able to provide you that. I am the one who can able to create that infrastructure for the machine learning model. I'm the one I can able to provide the proper data so that it can able to have the data for the processing or analyze. So such kind of a thing. So don't need to worry about it. Data engineer will be there for next 25 years. Okay, don't need to worry about it. Maybe I'm not sure whether the DevOps engineer will be there or not, but for sure the data engineer will be there for next 25 years. Not sure about machine learning. Machine learning will be there. Data science, I'm not sure. Okay, for data engineer, for sure, it is foundation. Okay, yeah. And yes, Rashmi, if you have any question, I can't hear you. Uh, no, still I can't hear you. Nope. If you have any question, can you put it in the chat? Okay. Okay. Next, Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar. Yes, you are audible, Ajay. No, I mean, this course is not for the DevOps. Okay, this is mainly for the data engineer. Don't think that, sir, I will learn some cross skill and I will become a superhero. Don't think like that. Okay, so it comes with your project. Okay, so even I did not learn on a purpose for the DevOps. Okay, I actually coming from the SQL. Okay, so I'm actually coming from Python. Okay, Python developer. I used to work as a Python developer. After that, SQL developer. After that, I worked as a data engineer. After that, during the data engineering projects, when it's maybe 4 or 5 years before, I started working in the DevOps also. So that's where you will be learning one by one with a requirement. It's not that you can't learn. I mean, it's like this. So I'm learning today data engineer. Tomorrow I will learn. In the next month I will start learning DevOps. Don't do that. So that is a mistake people do. So don't do that. So if you are willing to learn something, again learn some course in the data engineering only. Today you learn some tool in the data engineering. In the next month you learn one more tool in the data engineering. So after next month again you will learn in the data engineering. So that's where you will be an expert in the data engineering. Then when you are working in the project, then you look at other cross skilling in your project itself. So what the DevOps engineer are doing, so how they are creating the Terraform scripts, how they are creating the Maven scripts, how they are creating the Jenkins pipeline. So all of this, and look at that side. So don't focus on learning two, three skills at a time and going for the job. That doesn't give you anything, because if they are asking you one in-depth question, you will not be able to answer it. So that's where they will think that. Even though some basic question also, if they're asking, if you're not telling it, it creates a lot of problem. Okay, focus on one tool one time, and then if you are getting perfected with the 2 to 3 years of experience, then you can focus on next tool. Okay. Yeah. Correct. 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 Okay. 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 I got that. Got that. So that's what. So first thing I'm going to tell you. So what is your recent role that you are working on? Okay, database administrator. Okay, you will be having a good. Don't worry about that. You can actually go. So you can say that it is a database engineer instead of administrator, and mention it as you have worked as a database engineer, data engineer last 2 years. Okay, don't mention more than that. Okay, last 2 years mention it. Okay, and then apply for a job. I'm telling you, you'll be getting a job. You'll be getting a good role. Okay. This course will help you for sure. You will be getting a very good package. Don't worry about that. Very, very good package. Just focus on the course knowledge. Very, very good package. You will get it. Yeah. I thought of like you were working in the BBA, some calling and all of those things. So that's the reason I was talking about something. But so you can think like this. So there was one of the B pharmacy girl who actually having 7 years of experience, and she put 2 years and she got the job and she's working. Her package earlier it was 2.5 LPA. Okay. So even 7 years also she was like 2.5 LP only, and now she's earning like 8 LP or 9 LP. I'm not totally sure. Okay, yeah. So that's all. You'll be having a future. Don't worry about that. Yeah. You- You're already in the data field, right? So yes, Sai Kiran. Sai Kiran, you have any question? Gopi. Hi Gopi. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Python and SQL is fine. So you will be hero in the data engineering. I'm telling you guys, if you are working on a SQL, you have a basic knowledge in SQL and Python, you will become a hero in the data engineering. Okay, so this role is for you. Whoever who is already, yeah. Okay, concepts, yes, because you are already coming from the SQL and Python. I'm telling you, 2 months is more than enough because every day 1 hour session we are going to learn. I am going to give you 1 hour for the assignment. Okay, for sure you complete it and will be able to. 2 months is more than enough. Yeah, all the things are here only. Resumes, interview questions, interview introduction, project one, project two explanation, data engineering questions, SQL questions, Python questions. Everything is here. Okay. I will provide you the access to my notes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Pranit. Yeah. Hi. So yes, we will be having two. I mean, I think one is already there, Cloud SQL. So here, data migration project is there here. MySQL to MySQL in the data Cloud SQL. MySQL to Cloud SQL data migration. Manual method is there. DMS automatic method is also there. Okay. I mean, in this course, we are not covering the machine learning topics. Okay. So in this course, we are not. So I used to teach machine learning also. I mean, when it was like 1 year before, and I stopped it. See, even in one of the project, I used to work on a auto ML and Vertex in the GCP. But now we are not covering in the machine learning topics in in this particular course, guys. But I can provide you some material if you wanted to work on. Okay. Correct, correct. So the difference is, as I told you, right? So focus on the what we get out of the difference. Okay, it's not that so GCP providing you this many services, AWS is providing you. Let's not debate on that. Okay, AWS providing a lot more services. I will go on the AWS side. Don't think like that. Okay, you may be having Mercedes car, but only few people will be buy it. Afford, they will be able to afford it, right? So we will be having Hyundai or Maruti or Tata. We will be able to buy those cars only because those are the cars which are affordable, which are having a very good NCAP rating. Plenty of the things are there, but Mercedes doesn't get it. But it's like just only for name purpose only. Yeah. Yes, Sai Kiran, if you have any questions. Okay, I think I see no one is having any questions. Okay, so for Rashmi, you have any questions? Yes. Sir, any other batch with other timings not able to hear the questions from others? Okay. So actually, what is happening here, Rashmi, is that so we are having two sessions at the same time. So that's a two Zoom meetings are happening at the same time. So that is the issue. But I'm writing the question and answer here, right? So you'll be able to get it from there. And one thing is that for the other timings, we are having the morning batch also, but the thing is that is they are already in the half. Okay, 1 month is completed for them. Okay, yeah, if you wanted to join this batch again after a month, I wanted to join in the morning batch, for sure you can connect with that and they will help you on that. Okay, so free for the next batch as well. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, and one more question I have is like I'm
Okay,
having the SQL and Python knowledge, but
okay,
I'm not liking I'm already in a data domain and I'm not liking the most of the ETL things. I'm more liking the code part.
okay.
So will there be any, will there be any point in going further with the data engineering, or should I go for the DevOps?
No, actually, what is happening is you already have a SQL and Python knowledge, right? So if you wanted to utilize those skills, you can go for the data engineer. But if you wanted to start from the zero, okay, DevOps is like your next era. So I mean, it's like a new world to you. Okay, if you are already worked on some basic networking or basic server side, then you will be, I would have said that okay, you already have the foundation, you can go for the DevOps. But you already have the foundation for the SQL and Python, which is very useful for the data engineering. Okay, I'm telling you 50% of the knowledge is SQL and Python only. All the other 50% of the knowledge is just implementing them. Okay, so it's your choice that if you wanted to utilize these skills and go for the data engineer, I'm telling you, highly paid job is not DevOps, it's data engineer. Okay, so people may say that it's trending, but data engineer is evergreen. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Okay. Yes, Sridevi. Do you have any question? Sridevi Sugesh. Um, for this course, actually, you can ask for the admin. For the course details, you can ask for that. I mean, all of the details related to the course, you can ask me. Okay. I mean, they can help you on that. Yeah. So for the course details, you can connect with the admin guys. So all of the details you can ask me. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm good. If you have any questions, you can ask me, guys. So I think this is a long day. So 9 to 11. So we have a quite a few people. Yes, yes. Sai Kiran, right? Yes, yes. Yes, Sai Kiran. Talent developer, okay. Of course, that's what I'm telling you guys. See, the thing is that you decide yourself. You fix for yourself. So this is what people do, okay? So what the people will do is that so they start learning some course, and in between, some friend or some other will tell is that the other course is very good. So don't jump onto that. Just fix it to one. So if I'm saying data engineer, I can tell you 100, okay? But the thing is that do you wanted to really become the data engineer? Okay, do you wanted to really become the data engineer? So if you wanted to become the data engineer and get the job easily, this course is for you. Okay, so this is what I don't suggest you that sir is data engineering good or DevOps engineer. I am not suggesting you. Okay, so if you tell me your background, sir, my background, I am coming from Python and SQL, you go for data engineer. That's going to suit you. If you are coming from server side and if you are coming from some compute side, then I suggest you to go for the DevOps. Or if you are coming from a very rich Python knowledge or a Java knowledge, go for an application developer. Okay, such kind of things suggest you. But I don't say that okay, this course is best suits you for your life. I'm not saying that. But I'm telling you, if you are willing to learn the GCP data engineer, if you wanted to become the GCP data engineer, this course is for you. Okay, 100% skills. The SQL is important. All other skills that I'm going to teach you, and you are going to learn it. So that is what it is. Because we are not just learning theoretical. Practically, you are going to experiment it. So if I'm doing something practically, if you are also doing it, something that you can able to learn it, right? It's not something I'm just leaving it and you are going to work on it. So it's not like that. So I do something and you are also practice the same thing. So you can able to learn something. And once you learn it, you can able to implement it. Okay. So when you start implementing it, you are exploring something. So when you are exploring, that's where your actual skills are getting improved. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think we are good, guys. I think we are good for the day. Okay, I'm stopping here the session tomorrow at the same time, which is going to be very, very interesting, guys. So whether you are joining this course or not, for sure, I'm telling you, join tomorrow's session. Okay, very less people know why we need the cloud platforms. What actually the traditional model? What is the difference between the traditional and computing model? I'm going to tell you, which is a very, very interesting. Whether you are from any background, it gives you a very good knowledge. Okay, so we are going to connect tomorrow, guys. I'm going to stop here the session for today, and we'll connect tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a great day. Thanks for being very patient during this time. Okay, thank you, guys.